Hello everybody, I'm back today for coverage of clearing the light and the dark zone of the 7th zone event that's going on. Their zones arrived yesterday, and so far I've managed to clear the light zone with the dark units. And I just tried clearing the dark zone as well, and I didn't expect to be able to beat it, the very hard mode, but it ended up being really close after I discovered that my Anna Kitty actually has Insect Killer, which is, as you can see, she has Insect Killer, which the enemies in this stage actually are insects, so she actually does pretty insane damage, which means that I'm able to clear the very hard stage only with +2 Shido and +1 Anna Kitty, along with just Goblin Slayer as support. So I figured let's go and show it off to you guys. I haven't, as you see, I haven't cleared it yet, but it should happen here. We need, for the stage, we need as we did with Thunder and Wind, we need seal and stun resistance. So for the seal resistance we have Anya, 3-star MLB Anya, that gives seal resistance to everybody, and for stun resistance we have Glorious Anklets on Haruhime, Goblin Slayer, and Shida. And then the Anna Kitty has the MLB Takemikazuchi, which also provides 100% stun resistance, ailment resistance in general. And then the attackers have double crit level 60 weapon. So let's go ahead and show it off and hopefully beat it. It should really happen because it was really close. At the end, the monsters had like 1 to 5% HP, so since I didn't actually have the upgraded weapon yet on Anna Kitty, since I just wanted to try it out first without wasting resources, it should definitely happen now with the improvements. I also rerolled the Shido weapon. So for the start, we just do the standard buffs and debuffs on the characters, and Line is using the SA Gouge buff as a sacrificial unit. If you don't know what sacrificial units are, they just use one skill, and then due to having an equipped revolving amulet, they actually exchange at the end of the turn for another unit of your sub, which is just what just happened. And my other sacrificial unit will do light resistance debuff on all the enemies, the Data Life to Oka. Toka actually gets stunned here, but it doesn't really matter since she's just a sacrificial unit, which will rotate out after this turn, and then we'll have the main team comp setup. Okay, so now we want to do skill 2, which is the hardest hitting attack in our team for Line, the Anna Kitty, and Haruhime has to extend the buffs and debuffs. And then from here on out, we have to be careful of checking the debuffs, because the mana pool on the Anna Kitty is actually pretty limited, and we don't want to use the attacks when she's actually strength debuffed. So we're gonna be checking now. Okay, so she's not debuffed yet. The debuff the enemies do is actually random. It hits randomly for two enemies apply it on turn 4 and 2 enemies apply it on turn 5, and then it repeats later on. As you can see, the enemies, our team members who got hit are Haruhime and Goblin Slayer this time. So Line is gonna continue using her skill 2 in this case, since she's not debuffed. I wanna use her damage numbers while she's not. And Goblin Slayer and Shido can always just spam their skills since they have enough mana. Shido actually gains mana back due to having mana regeneration of his own. And we're doing Haruhime special just because it's probably the strongest special attack in the game, since it buffs your strength and magic by 100%. which obviously increases the damage numbers of everything, the attacks, the skills, the counters. And now our Lina is actually starting to hit for 100k damage per attack. So I think this turn is actually the one where they debuff again, so we'll have to check for debuffs, and it looks like either it didn't change or apply again. In any case, Lina is not debuffed, so we're gonna continue using her skill 2 and not save her mana, and then Haruhime is gonna extend the debuffs. And buffs, of course. And in the case of these modes, the 7 zone event, if you get a bad run, if something bad happens, like a unit gets sealed or stunned before you actually get your seal and stun resistances in, you can actually always reset, since it's unlimited tries, it's unlimited runs, so you can use RNG to your advantage, basically. You can do as many tries as you want. And you want to do it because you want to clear the stage to get all the materials. That's the most important thing, just clearing the stage. Okay, so now when we get our next special attack, we're gonna use it on the Anakiti, because it's the highest damage dealing one due to Insect Killer, and also we want to get her critical rate and penetration rate bonus for 50%, which if we want to keep, we have to extend the buffs and debuffs with Haruhime, and that is exactly what we're gonna do in this turn. And actually before this, I never used the Anakiti essay before, so like half an hour ago is actually the first time I saw it, and I must say that the idol special attacks are actually pretty cool. I think they did a really good job on them. To be honest, mostly all the essay attacks have good animations, so I wanna give some praise to the developers for this. And our Anakiti is actually countering for 100k as well, which really helps clear this stage. So she's not debuffed again, which means that we'll use her skill 2 again. And Haruhime does... Haruhime is basically going, one turn she extends debuffs and buffs, and the next turn she regens her mana with her skill 2. That's basically the entire plan for Haruhime. Oh, what did I do? I have to just check if I actually... Ooh, that's really close. Okay, she's on 11 HP. Usually you, I guess, rely on counters from Haruhime a little bit. Did we do Goblin Slayer skill 3? I really hope so. He is buffed for the dark damage up. Okay, so we did do it. I was afraid that I was gonna forget it. So hopefully now Haru does a counter and Line goes back up to the HP she's supposed to be. Higher than what she is right now. Okay, good, good, good. Nice, nice. Otherwise we just have to reset the run and wait for basically have a Haruhime counter. It's actually really close here as well. Okay, so Anakiti is still not debuffed, which is good. So we're just gonna go ahead and use her special again. Or the other option is just to wait for another special attack and combo it with Shido. Let me just check the buffs. It is still 2 turns. So I could just do another Haruhime heal here and be more safe about it. So let's go ahead and do that, I think. Also, this is gonna be quite a long video just because of the fact that this mode actually goes on for 20 turns, and if you don't have a strong MLB team, you obviously need all the 20 turns or close to it. So I'm sorry for the video being that long, I guess, but there's nothing I can do to change it. Okay, so the buff should be for three turns now, so we can do 2 turns of Haru just getting her mana back, hopefully. And this is actually pretty great, the fact that my damage dealers aren't getting debuffed either. The run's actually pretty good on the RNG. Yeah, we're just gonna use the fact that Anna Kitty wasn't debuffed ever up until this point. She is very likely to get debuffed in the future, so we're just gonna use her last mana on this turn. And from that point onwards, she will just have to do auto attacks, but that is fine since she has done most of the damage that she was supposed to without the SA attacks. You see, now she actually got debuffed, so this was the last turn. I mean, there is more turns where she's not debuffed, but this was a good one to use her last mana on. Okay, so now she's just gonna auto attack, and she's gonna auto attack the monster that is highest on HP just to even them out, because we are using AOE attacks, so it is important to have them all on approximately the same. And the SA attack we've built up, we are gonna save it until the turn where we actually get when the debuff runs out again. So for now we're just gonna chill, we're just gonna gather up special attack gouge, and we're gonna use it in about 2 or 3 turns when the debuff runs out. You can always check if your buffs and debuff are applied. You should do that so you don't mess it up and get rid of your debuffs and buffs. But so far this is looking good. We've dealt the majority of the damage, we've also exhausted the Anna Kitty's mana pool, which is very limited since her skill 2 does cost a lot. It's 1 turn, so yeah, we're gonna extend. I'm just gonna do a quick check on the HP. Okay, so we're gonna continue hitting that one. And then on the next turn, the buffs and debuffs should be running out on the debuffs on our units. So this is where it ran out. As you can see, she isn't debuffed anymore. So we're gonna use her special, and we're also gonna use Shido's special to have a special attack combination. Despite the fact that Anna Kitty does more on her own, it's actually good to do double SA on this turn since we have no debuffs and we're not sure if we're gonna be able to use everything otherwise. So let's go ahead and do the double SA combination. If you didn't know, doing multiple special attacks at the same time actually increases the damage of each of the special attacks in the combination. So in this case, since it's 2, both of them get a 20% damage increase multiplier compared to just doing them 1 by 1 on different turns. And there's also a combination attack at the end of this if they do have the same combo attack, which these 2 characters do not. That's why there's no special combination attack at the end. Okay, so let's see who got debuffed. The debuffs hit the Shido and the Haruhime. The Haruhime has no problem since she is doing what she's supposed to anyways, just healing, she's not dealing damage. So Shido's gonna go back to doing his highest hitting skill, which is skill 1. And then next turn I think we're gonna start switching it up to single target skills just to reduce the HP of the highest HP mods. But yeah, this is looking good. One more essay from Anakite should clear this. And we are gonna do it on turn 20. So, I just wanna check the HP of the monsters again. 400k, 350. Okay, so the highest one is this one. And we are actually gonna hit it with the Goblin Slayer skill as well, because he's running out of mana. And then Shido will actually just do multiple target attacks here. Anakite also got debuffed at the end of last turn, so this is getting pretty close. So Shido actually died since Haru had no good counters, which makes me actually think of doing this, of doing it one turn earlier. As you can see, the debuffs are still here for... Oh, they're still here for 2 turns, so it doesn't make sense to wait even. But usually, sometimes it also happens that the debuffs are applied until turn 19 and they go away on turn 20. So in that case, you should try and wait for the last turn. Okay, that actually cleared it. Nice, that's good. Okay, awesome. I wasn't sure if it's gonna clear it or if it's gonna leave the HP, a little bit of HP, and then I had to finish it on next turn, but this is great. This is obviously awesome. So this is great. This is the first clear. If you don't have Anakite or Shido like I'm using here, I think other units are actually great as well. And examples I can think of are the New Year's Beta or New Year's Riveria, since they're both AOE hitting light attackers. So if you have those at high level, you should just use those. And then Shido is obviously great, Anakite is great if you have them at higher levels. As you can see, I even cleared them with only +1 and Anakite and +2 Shido. So this should be a little bit easier for you even if you have one of the units MLB. If not, you can still apply these strategies to just the hard mode of this. If you're not able to clear very hard, hopefully this also helped you with some strategies. And that's it from me for this one. Hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, feel free to tell me in the comments. Feel free to like the video and subscribe. And I will be uploading the Light Zone video as well shortly. So thank you for watching. Keep yourself safe during all the coronavirus outbreak things. So I'll see you guys later.